Bronislaw Malinowski is considered one of the founding fathers of modern anthropology. He is recognized and applauded for his groundbreaking fieldwork in the Trobriand Islands. But what lies beneath this esteemed legacy? Malinowski is credited with popularizing participant observation, a method where anthropologists immerse themselves deeply in the daily lives of the people that they study. Before him, anthropologists often relied on second-hand reports or short visits, which became limited in their understanding of the cultures that they studied. He wrote about the idea of functionalism in anthropology, which elaborates on the fact that cultural practices and institutions serve specific functions that maintain social order. For instance, in his book, Argonauts of the Western Pacific, 1922, he analyzed the Kula ring, a ceremonial exchange system. He asked the question, why would men risk life and limb to travel across huge expanses of dangerous ocean to give away what appeared to be worthless trinkets? He noted that it was part of a ceremonial exchange network, of which the vast majority of cultures have, which are in place to help maintain social relationships and stability. Malinowski's detailed ethnographic discoveries and observations set a new standard for anthropologists. His work sought for a comprehensive picture of the cultural life of the communities that he studied. He set the standard for a more detailed and rich anthropological research. His style of writing, known as thick description, has influenced how ethnographies are conducted and presented. It is clear here that Malinowski has a rich legacy of positive impacts on the anthropology community. But while Malinowski is celebrated for his contributions to fieldwork and theoretical approaches, some aspects of his personal life and some of his writings, rhetoric, and all-around attitude to his studied communities have raised ethical concerns and prompted critical reassessments. This film aims to highlight the contrast between a historically influential figure's public legacy and some of the seemingly hidden and less talked about realities, which are just as real and just as important to discuss. Analyzing this dichotomy is crucial across all aspects of life, as it encourages us to question the narratives surrounding other influential figures, such as celebrities, politicians, and public intellectuals. Malinowski's personal life was marked by pressing scandals. He had a complicated family life, starting with his marriage to Elsie Rosaline Masson, with whom he had 3 daughters. He was almost always gone for work, and even rumored to have an affair with a woman named Valletta Swan. Following Elsie's death, after a much complicated history of health issues, Malinowski married Swan in 1938, but his relationship with his daughters remained strained because he prioritized his academic career over family obligations, which left his children feeling neglected and resentful. The impact of his infidelity and the emotional distance from his daughters added a layer of personal controversy to his legacy, which revealed the contradictions between his public life as a renowned anthropologist and the private challenges he faced in his familial relationships. For a figure who advocated for understanding the importance of kinship ideals within other cultures, his own disregard for familial responsibilities contrasts with his own scholarly work.
Time, Indy, is the most precious thing we own. From my fiancée, here. I read them over and over. Why am I here when she is there?
Because you need to understand these people.
More than I need to understand home, hearth, family, the love of a woman. Yes. I made a choice, Indy, for now. Choices. Why do we make them?
Furthermore, the work that he did with the Trobriand Islanders was clearly priceless, but after his death, the work was overshadowed by a published book of his diary called A Diary in the Strict Sense of the Term, thanks to his widowed wife, Valletta Swan, who published his secret diary. Malinowski's diary frequently contained racist and derogatory remarks about the Trobriand Islanders. He often referred to them as savages and used other racist terms to describe them. He described their customs in negative terms, revealing that he had a sense of cultural superiority over them. For example, he mentioned feeling repulsion and disgust at various aspects of their daily life. In his diary, he used dehumanizing language that suggested he viewed them as inferior or less developed. The language found in his diary severely juxtaposed the scholarly detachment and respect for cultural diversity that his published work appeared to uphold. In the diary, he conveyed skepticism about the value or meaning of practices that he wrote about in his published novels, which seemed to undermine his stated goal of understanding the islanders on their own terms. The publication of these private writings, never intended for public view, bring to light ethical questions about how an anthropologist's personal bias can affect their work. While the Charbian Islanders never read his diary and continue to value the way that he documented their culture, there still lies many uneasy contrasts between his private thoughts and his public writings. These ideas lay the groundwork to challenge and force us to rethink the legacies of influential figures. Lastly, the Charbian Islanders are the key element and foundation in Malinowski's fame because his fieldwork in their culture changed the ideas of anthropology and established him as a famous pioneer in the field.